What is going on, guys? Reflex here, and the camo grind that you didn't even know I was going for is done. Now, I play a lot of Call of Duty. The games that I play, you know, in terms of like what you guys don't see on videos, is Apex, Call of Duty, and really any story games that come out. Like, I plan on playing Forspoken here soon. Like, I know the kind of opinions on it right now is that it's kind of trash, but I gotta find that out for myself. I really don't care enough to take opinions of what other people are saying on it. I'm just gonna go ahead and play it myself. But yes, the past couple months has been the absolute just kind of annoyance of me just going for camos. I gotta sit in the back of the spawn in certain maps and go for long shots, and then the final, like for polyatomic, had to get 25 headshots with every weapon, which that's easy. It was really the long shots that was annoying, but it's good to finally be done with it and actually get to play, because as you guys know, I'm going to be going for This Is War 7, and I think me and Lattice, or Ninra as you guys know him, is going to be going for like a little dual-tage thing, and we might actually like make a little dual-tage in place of This Is War, but I don't know, we'll have to see how it goes. But this Call of Duty as a whole, I actually don't hate it as much as other people do. Now, I will say, like, in terms of kind of the beginning of when it came out, it was very buggy, almost too many bugs, crashed every other day, and when I launched, it was crashing every other game. And then the terms of unlocking attachments is honestly the worst I've ever seen in a Call of Duty, because like, I mean, in my opinion, you should not have to use one gun to then unlock another gun that then unlocks another gun. But that you can't use another gun, you can't use any of the other weapons until you use that specific weapon. One of the prime examples is the SPX-80, I believe it's called. To get that weapon originally, you literally have to use the SPR to unlock the SAB, which then you have to use the SAB to unlock, I think, the LAB, and then you have to use the LAB to unlock the SPX-50 or something like that. I know it's something weird, but it's been like that like for almost like one gun in every single tier. To unlock like the AK-74U, you have to use two different guns. To unlock the Latchman sub, you have to use the Latchman, as well as I believe the Latchman little battle rifle thing. Like, it's very annoying. Like, it should never be like that in a Call of Duty, in my opinion. But for some reason, MW2, they decided, you know, let's go ahead and make a whole bunch of changes that no one asked for. Let's take away the red dots on the mini maps again, which I don't necessarily mind because I play fast as it is, so I don't really need the mini map as much. But, and you'll also notice in this gameplay, I just figured I should mention this, I've gotten shot by teammates. It'll probably be cut out a lot, but if you see me shooting the teammate's body in here, yeah, I killed the teammate quite a bit. Well, at least until reverse friendly fire started. That's the thing about tier 1. To get these headshots, I decided to go in tier 1 with the pistols and get those done right away. But yeah, in terms of just the game as a whole, I don't necessarily mind it. I don't think it's that bad as other people are saying, but this is normally the cycle of Call of Duty. You say one game is bad until the next Call of Duty comes out, and then that game is bad, and then the previous Call of Duty that you said was bad isn't as bad. I mean, we already seen that with Vanguard. When Vanguard came out, it was Cold War that wasn't as bad. Then when Cold War came out, everyone was going back to MW, talking about how that game was actually good. And it's just a Call of Duty cycle. For me, this is a decent enough Call of Duty that I'll play it, but that's why I have other games. Like, I'm not gonna just play this. I have Apex to play, which you could also argue is at its low point right now, but it's still fun for me since I'm a new Apex player. Apex is actually a decent game to just play on and off. But yeah, this Orion grind, I just pretty much hunkered down and was like, nah, I gotta play nothing but COD for a little bit until I unlocked this camo. And when I unlocked it, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was very pleased. I was planning on saving the last headshot with a sniper and then doing like some trick shot to make a short out of it. Then I lost track of how many headshots I got and accidentally unlocked it, so there was no video out for that. And even in this video, there's not going to be a video of me using Orion yet, but I mean, there was two videos that I probably could have put in place of this because it's just a background video, but this one I believe is 109 kills with a pistol and an AK-74U. This was pretty much one of the games where I was actually going for headshots, and this pistol was pretty good, and it's tier 1 hardcore. I mean, I guess they're putting hardcore back into Modern Warfare 2, which tier 1's already hardcore. There's no really difference between this and the regular hardcore, other than there's a probably a feed in the regular hardcore. I don't know. Once again, they just make changes that don't need changes, like, to be honest. But I'm looking forward to the future of this Call of Duty to see, because I guess they're adding ranked in season 2. They're gonna add a resurgence, which is something that my friends like to play, so they'll probably bring me along to play that, which I'll give it a try. But if I don't like it, I'll stick to multiplayer, and I'll be playing with Lattice, grinding for clips, so that way I can come out with This Is War 7. Then after This Is War 7, whether or not if I play this game anymore, I have no idea, because I don't think I'm going out of liking Call of Duty. I'm always going to be a Call of Duty fan at heart. However, I think that Orion Camo grind really just annoyed me so much to the point where I just did not want to keep playing it at one point. And it was mainly the going for long shots in the back, because I went for these little completionist camos before, these mastery camos. I've done it in Vanguard for the zombies one. I also did it in Cold War for zombies. And I did in Black Ops 3 for multiplayer to get dark matter. I've done it in, didn't do it in Advanced Warfare. I did it in Black Ops 2. There's not really mastery camo for those though, but I did get like diamond and gold and all that for those games. But I've done this before, but for some reason in this game it just was so much more annoying than I would have liked it to have been. And I think it's just mainly because the type of player that I am, I enjoy running around, just kind of running, gunning, and just having a blast, sniping, whatever it is that I'm using. I'm always running around going crazy, just running around like a crackhead. Like, that's the way I like to play. But when you have to go for long shots and stuff, well, now they took my crack away and I gotta go stay in the back of the map until I can get some. It did feel like the weighted clothing was off my back the moment I got all the long shots done, because as soon as I got them all done, I immediately, first game, just started going crazy with the headshots, because I was able to actually run around, because it's a lot easier to run around and actually go for headshots. It's harder when you have to go for long shots, because you literally have to sit there and deal with it. Like I said, the past couple days when I have been able to play normal in terms of just sniping and I have Orion and all that, the game is pretty fun. I do enjoy it. I think the maps need some work, because it's not that I hate the maps, but I do think I liked maps. I think I liked more maps in Cold War and Vanguard than I did in this game personally, but they're going to be adding the old MW2 maps in the future, so I mean, once that happens, then I'll be chilling. Like, that's really all that's what kind of sucks, and is the kind of focal point of Call of Duty right now, is that they can't make good new maps anymore, it seems, because honestly I can't count on a single hand how many new maps they made in the past 4 years that were memorable or even let alone good. There's okay maps, like Vanguard had Das House, which was okay for like getting kills and all that, and it had okay maps for, you know, going for clips, but none of them were necessarily great. Same with Cold War, like nothing was great, because anytime you think of like really good Call of Duty maps, you're naming them all the way back in like Black Ops 2, MW3, MW2, those days. In terms of the new Call of Duties, I don't think anyone's naming one of these maps. I mean, people can say Shoot House all they want, but I think Shoot House is honestly mid to low tier garbage. It's just the map for, you know, getting kills and such, which is fine if you like that kind of map, but at the end of the day, I go straight to what the, you know, these remasters they make. Like in Cold War, they were smart to add Standoff and Raid and all that, to where there was a mixture of some good maps in with the trash. And it's pretty much how the games has been in these few years. It's just, you get the trash maps, and then they end up adding remasters later on, to where that's kind of what people are playing over the core maps that you get at launch. And one of the gripes people has had in this new Call of Duty is that just it seems like Activision / Infinity Ward really isn't listening to what the community has to say regarding, you know, the changes that have been made, and trying to revert back to them. I mean, it took 6 months. I guess Tim the Tatman talked about how when they did the Call of Duty Next event, they talked about the Gulag wasn't that great, and you know, 6 months later they're finally making the change based off of everyone complaining about it, not just the people at that little dinner, that Call of Duty dinner that they had. Ninja, Doc, Nick Merck, Swag, all of them have talked about how just this Call of Duty has its issues, and they're just now finally fixing the problem, which I guess better late than never. But at the end of the day, you gotta kind of make these changes a little faster, because when all your big names leave the game, that's a big issue in terms of, you know, keeping retention, because I believe it lost like half its player base. And I'm not gonna say that I'm one of them, because I still play it, but I definitely don't play Call of Duty as much as I used to. But I do still enjoy it, but I can't wait till They add some better maps, even if it's the remastered maps from MW2, that's fine, because I'd rather older maps, because I've always been a person that wanted this in Call of Duty. They just stopped doing these these special titles that one developer makes, and then, you know, you have Treyarch, then you have Sledgehammer, then you have Infinity Ward. I just want them to just hunker down and say, you know what, here's what we're doing. Call of Duty. That's just all it's called, like they did with Call of Duty Online way back when. Just come out with a Call of Duty, and then go ahead and have all the old maps that we've known and loved. All, like, they could even just take a poll and have them voted in, where it's just all the best ones. You got Showdown, you got Dome from MW3, you got obviously Rust from MW2. Black Ops 2 can have Raid, Standoff, Firing Range in Black Ops 1. You can find at least one good map, even in Black Ops 3. You know, I realize that it's a lot of jetpack maps, but there was some good maps in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was, in my opinion, one of the last great Call of Duties they've made in terms of having everything be good. I just want them to do that, because that'd be an easier way. You don't have to worry about making new maps. You still can, but if they don't work out and people don't like it, throw it out the rotation. But they're spending all these, you know, now they get a 3-year Call of Duty life cycle that it almost seems like the game's not even going to last 2 years, let alone 3. But they're spending 3 years now to see if that's going to fix the issues that I don't believe it'll fix. But regardless, the point of this video is that I got Orion Camo. It was the most frustrating. I think that's the least amount of fun I've had going for Mastery Camo in any Call of Duty in the past long time, to be quite honest. But the fact that it's finally done, I get to experience the game for what it is. And it's not too bad. It needs a lot of fixes, but I'm having fun at the moment. It might be I'm just having fun because of the fact I've been, you know, not able to actually play the way I wanted to for about a couple months now. Because this grind started when the game first came out, but obviously, you know, with me playing other games, as well as me, you know, working and not really wanting to get off and just play Call of Duty and go for camos every single day, I didn't feel like going for it like that. So, but these past, I would say, a couple weeks, I really sat down and was like, all right, I need to just go for these camos. And finally having them done is a great feeling, and I don't really mind Orion Camo. It was trash at the beginning when I decided to go for it, which that just shows the determination I had to get this camo, because yeah, in the beginning, it moved so slow to the point where it looked static, like it didn't move at all. And it seems like they updated the colors. It looks a little bit more glossy now. It definitely moves a lot more. I think the camo actually looks pretty good. And now if you compare these to other Mastery camos throughout the years, it's not making top 5. But if you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.